my kids just drove me crazy. And then after a little joke, I do the introduction, and then we get right into it. So
you're Jerry and we're yes.
Okay. No fighting
so
tonight.
I will pull a flip flop off. Well, not one of these, but in a minute. I remember when they went wear shoes.
Yeah, it was crazy. Hey, what's up, Winchester City? I'm your host, Smooth Verb Nick Freak, and this is one of the best episodes you're going to ever get from Conversations in the Tractor tonight. Tonight, my special guest co-host is Narcissus Burnam.
Hey.
Her mama used to be my kindergarten teacher, and our guest for tonight is Mason. How you say your last name? Rhodus. Mason's on Main. Come check him out. We're gonna get into all that tonight. Hey, I'm glad that you chose to do this interview with me. I appreciate it.
I'm excited. I've been excited to do it.
Thank you for helping me co-host.
You're welcome.
So, this is an opinionated show. I always keep my opinion to myself. His opinion is his opinion, and hers opinion is her opinion. So, I don't know where that cup go I was just drinking out of, but the spirits is rolling. So, the hot topic, we got a couple hot topics for you tonight. The first hot topic is, do you think Winchester should sell liquor on Sundays?
Would you like to go first?
No, I'm waiting for your opinion.
So, here's my opinion on liquor sales on Sundays. That's something that shows that a community is progressing forward. To me, that's forward thinking, because we as adults should know how we can handle our liquor.
Right.
We should. If we don't, there's help for that. There is. But I believe that would keep money in our county, and we all profess that we want to shop local and shop small. Well, those guys are small too. Those are families who own those liquor stores
For years
and years, generations.
Yeah.
But that allows them one more day, if they choose, to make more money.
I mean, I'm cool with it. Like, I have drove to Lexington on a Sunday to buy beer
Guilty.
at Total Wine and Spirits. I mean, I know Broadway down there.
Is bringing that back a crime? I don't know.
No, I mean,
Okay.
No.
I don't think it's a crime, but no, I mean, I could go and spend a whole bunch of money that I don't have and go to Applebee's and have a couple of drinks, but I want to be in the comfort of my own home.
Yes.
If I don't go to church that often, which I know I need to be there, but I do watch online. But a beer with the game, I might not have no money on Saturday to get it that day, and I might have money on Sunday, so I should feel like I shouldn't have to drive
You want to know what the sad thing
far
is?
away.
What's that?
Is you could drive to Clay City on a Sunday.
Clay City sales?
Clay City!
That's crazy. Now you can go to Applebee's up until like 6 o'clock and purchase liquor.
I don't know what the time is, but I've gone there before to watch a game and just have a beer with a friend that came in from out of town, and they were like, "Oh, I was gonna go stop at the gas station, but y'all don't sell beer on Sunday." I was like, "Oh yeah." I didn't tell you that.
Well, I know a couple of bootleggers that will be pissed if that passes. Now, I know at a city council meeting they were supposed to talk about it recently, or do you know if they voted on it, or
What they did was they voted on moving it forward to the second reading, which is going to be October the 3rd, Tuesday, October the 3rd. If you want to come to a really good meeting, come to that meeting at 5:30.
October the 3rd. I even
City
saw
Hall.
something. Somebody posted it that it was a sign at J&B, and they were like,
But if there's petitions going around,
well, "Oh, okay." So
Yes.
I haven't been asked because I don't really go that many places, but like they had posted it, and it was posted at J&B, and it was a little flyer that said that people needed to be at the meetings to talk about that. I mean,
yes.
it could be a lot safer for people going out of town, but
Now, what I think is the majority of the people is probably want to vote or would vote to sell the liquor on Sundays, but the old regime that runs this county is not going to deem that acceptable, and I think votes might not get counted.
They may not, but it's going to be exciting to see who goes for the change.
Mhm. Yes, because there was one flip, and we were very proud of that, Kenny Book, because he was against it at first, but only because there weren't enough people that showed up to the first meeting they had to either tell their good points or bad points. So he just voted along with everyone else. But when we all showed up and explained why, he flipped his vote.
He has
Okay.
valid points then.
Yeah.
Flipped his vote. He heard some valid reasons and saw that there were some citizens, well, there was a lot of us, we packed that city hall or whatever they call that down there. We packed it, and we wanted it to be for change.
Now, one thing before we move on is, alcohol is one of the worst, I don't say drugs, but things there is, because when COVID hit, they kept the liquor stores open, because if people didn't get that alcohol the next day when they woke up,
That's right.
Like it's some serious, it was serious.
Yeah,
like some
that's right.
people
Withdrawals.
needed, they need
Absolutely.
that bottle or that beer to not crash.
Absolutely.
And those people know that they need alcohol, and they will always get their alcohol, whether they have to drive across county lines
Thank you.
or not. So, as an option for somebody else that may have company that comes in and wants to watch a football game, I don't think it's absolutely horrible.
No.
Just my opinion.
So we'll slide on in. This is not going to be a second hot topic. This is more like a segue of the first one. Why do you think the mayor hates to discuss important issues?
Okay, so what I took from that meeting was that the mayor, and I don't want to use the word upset, but she made, you can watch, she made a speech about it, but that there's not enough people that show up to every council meeting. Only the important ones.
So where do you find out when the meetings are? Where can I like Google that? When the meetings are?
I usually get it from Brett Chevron.
Okay.
You'll scare
He's the plug of music. All right, so.
But there is a Facebook page, Winchester City Community Information, and I may be saying that wrong, but I don't know that they give you like an outline of what's coming up.
Okay.
Unless you call and ask.
Okay. So basically, like if people are interested, like they really need to be there, because there are a lot of different changes that are going on in Winchester.
Yes.
Now, what is deemed an important meeting?
So this is what I took from her statement, is number one, she was upset that the city council wasn't being congratulated enough on the good things that they're doing or have done. But, J-O-B, that's your job, and not everybody needs to be congratulated for doing their job. If it's a hot issue, if it's an important issue, you better hope that there's going to be a bunch of people stand up for either side of it. But if it's an issue that we feel as though that city council can handle, then we don't have to show up.
In big numbers.
We don't.
So everything is on the agenda. How many days before the meeting, or is it like hours before?
No, I think it would be like at least maybe weeks before.
Oh, so, okay. So
But,
we'll
you
know
there-
what's going
there's
to be
an-
on
yeah,
there.
We'll know what the agenda is. And
Okay.
we should be able to Google that, but so maybe someone watching will tell us.
I mean,
Where?
so the question again was what? What's the question
The
again?
question was, why do you think the mayor hates to discuss important issues?
I mean, because important issues with your children, at your job, with your friends, that's hard. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that needs to change in Winchester, like, getting through times after COVID with a teenager
Yes.
and trying to keep her on the right path and not going out and partying and being one of the kids that I see walking around here that are in their early 20s that are addicted to drugs. I mean, that's hard. But, like, some of the topics that I think that need to be addressed are, can we get an investor for some fun stuff for the kids? We need at least a bowling alley. I mean,
Wait a minute, there's a water park coming.
yeah.
Somewhere, somehow.
Now let me explain real quick the importance of the former Eugene Gay swimming pool area over there across the street from Cambridge. For one of the things is it kept the kids from that community having to cross a busy Lexington Avenue to go to College Park to swim.
Or even when breakers. That was even when breakers.
Well, they wasn't even making their way. There wasn't no way for them to get to breakers.
That's true.
So to get to College Park, you didn't have to go in there and feel like you're in a sauna. You know, that wasn't fair for one. And for two, like, you could just wake up and say, I'm going to the swimming pool.
Yeah, your
and
mama
walk,
would have found you.
right, and walk straight through the park and get there. You didn't have to be supervised. You didn't have to, because today, ain't no way in the world I would let my son, who's 10,
Right.
go from the neighborhood to College Park.
Right.
You know, because I don't know half the people who's who walking by, and like I don't want to sound like discriminatory. I don't even know if that's a word or not.
It sounds good.
Right.
You got a lot of people. Like the other day, I had my kids, and like I seen a guy that I didn't know who he was, and he was just looking. So you know me, I like, what's up? He's like, oh man, I got grandkids. I was like, well,
Don't stare at my kids.
Where are they?
Yeah, because
Right.
then we better have a
You should
whole
be with them.
situation.
Right. They're not here.
Yeah.
These
You
are
know,
not yours.
yeah.
I get
So-
it.
Because you do have to watch.
Yeah.
You really do.
Most
People,
definitely.
people don't put enough into those warnings. Now, there's a lot of people who think that these streets down here aren't safe, either in the daytime or at night. But I've been down here for 8 years, and there's been years that I thought were a little sketchy, but currently, I would tell anybody that they're safe to walk down here.
Yeah, they're cleaning them up.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all what, y'all can say that, but like I don't want you to think
It's one in the town.
But you know, when I was like 18, 19, man, in the streets, you know, we was outside all hours of the night, and what people failed to realize at that time was when we was outside in our neighborhood, we was actually, I don't want to say keeping you safe or protecting you, but you didn't have to worry about somebody coming stealing something off your porch, breaking in your house, because
Right.
we was outside.
Right.
These days, the people that's coming through and walking through his town,
You don't know.
they're not from here.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? They got backpacks on, and I don't want to sound like I'm discriminating, but who are you?
You're like, who is that?
What are you doing here? What are you doing walking